Now during our most recent land and sea adventure, I had the opportunity to play with the GoPro Hero 5 Black just a little bit more. Now I used the GoPro Hero 5 whether it was in the jacuzzi or in the rainforest room, but I especially loved using it while snorkeling at Castaway Cay and seeing the turtle and the fish and the different shipwrecks. It was so cool to see all of that and be able to bring it to you. So in this video I wanted to give you a run through of some of my thoughts of the GoPro Hero 5 Black, what I liked and what I didn't. First and foremost, I love the fact that the GoPro has the screen on the back. I love the fact that I can just point the camera and actually see what I'm filming. In the past, I would try and film something with an action camera like the Sony, and there's no screen, there's no way to see what you're filming, so that's super helpful. I also really like the fact that this is waterproof just as it is. I don't need a special waterproof housing. I can just drop it in the water just like this, and I'm set to go. It's super helpful for someone like me who likes to record audio and video when I'm walking around. Well, I brought up audio, so I guess I have to talk about that. The audio quality that you're hearing now is from the Shure VP83 microphone, which sits on the top of my camera. The audio that I get from this microphone is just fantastic. I always feel like no matter what the situation, this microphone can handle it. The one thing I have to remember to do is leave the little switch on, because if I turn it off, I lose all the audio. The GoPro is not expected to have as good a microphone as the one I use on my DSLR. I understand that. But the audio quality is just, to me, it's just not good enough. After an absolute magical time floating in Serenity Bay, we're gonna head back to the main area and probably do a little bit of shopping. There are actually 3 microphones on this camera. There's one microphone right there at the top, there's one on this side right there, and there's one on this side right there. Now there are 2 different audio modes on the GoPro. There's stereo and there's wind mode. I've tried them both. They both don't quite meet my expectations for a microphone, but I leave it on stereo all the time because I spend a lot of time talking to the camera, so I leave it on stereo. Now when I first bought this GoPro and I put it in the housing and I tried to record myself, I realized that the audio was actually getting worse every time I put it in this housing here. So sure enough, I browsed for a few answers to solve this problem, and I actually have dremeled out some holes here to help with the audio. You can see where I've dremeled out a little bit right around that microphone near the top and at the side there. I've opened it up so the audio is a little bit better. Now moving past the audio for a moment, the camera is no good if it doesn't have any battery to it, and if you've done any research about GoPros, you know the battery isn't the best. Now that being said, the battery life was not as bad as I expected it to be when I went to Castaway Cay and used the GoPro the entire day. I went through a battery, one entire battery, and then like a third of another for the entire day, so that's not too bad. Overall, it's been pretty reliable, but there have been 1 or 2 times where I try to turn it on and I actually have to take out the battery in order for it to come on again. This did not happen on the land and sea adventure, but it has happened here at home before, so you gotta be careful about not clicking that button too fast. I feel like you click it once, you record, you click it again. If you have something else to record, wait a few seconds and then click it again. That's just my advice. Now you can use your phone to link to the GoPro and take pictures and look at the videos, but I hardly ever use that. It also has voice activation. I don't use that either. I keep all of those special features like GPS off to conserve as much battery as possible. Now overall, I feel like the GoPro Hero 5 Black does a great job of video quality. You can really see the details of all the video. And if I was in the market for another camera to take into the water with me, I would definitely consider the GoPro Hero 5 Black. But aside from being in the water, like snorkeling at Castaway Cay or a water park, I really wouldn't use it that much for a daily, everyday camera, simply because of the battery life and the audio quality. Now the video quality is great, but the photo quality of the GoPro I feel like is terrible. I'm telling you, it's like distorted on the edges, it looks grainy. I do not like the photos on this camera. I probably have taken 3 photos with this camera and the rest has been all video just because I saw those pictures and I said no. So that's it. The GoPro Hero 5 Black, in my opinion, is great for underwater videography or maybe videoing at the beach or a water park, and then that's it. Now in the future, do I plan on using this camera? Absolutely. I want to go on more water adventures. I've got more Disney cruises I'm thinking about in the future, water park adventures. There are a lot of things I'm going to be using this camera for in the future. Now I hope this video was helpful for you if you're thinking about getting a GoPro or an action camera. I know there are some deals for Black Friday, so I wanted to make this video so that people know my thoughts on the GoPro. Now if you have a GoPro, I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you love it? Do you think the audio is fine just as it is, or do you know some other secrets that I don't know about? Let me know in the comments below. I've got to learn these things. And by the way, if you do get a GoPro, invest in a floating hand grip so that if you do accidentally let go, and maybe this isn't around your wrist, it doesn't go to the bottom of the ocean. Instead, it just floats at the surface and you can just grab it. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me. Until next time, have a magical day.